I met her once or twice before. So, you guys, hmm, let me tell you, I love music. Absolutely love it. Um, and in so many ways, I think music moves us to do things that we otherwise be capable of doing. I want to know from you guys, what music do you listen to? What music moves you? Curious about that. Also, what plans do you guys have for the weekend? What are you doing this weekend? Hey, Lone Wolf, how are you? How are you? What are your plans for this weekend? What music does it for you? Share it with me. So I had a theory though, okay? You guys know that my accountability channel is 100% dedicated to bringing forward some level of awareness about the things that are going on in our community that prevent us from moving forward into productive spaces. So, you know, I was sitting with Kale. We sat there and we were theorizing. I was theorizing as he was driving. I was just trying to figure out like what is the major problem of modern day people, right? What's something that could actually alleviate the problem after we identify the problem even? And so I kind of started thinking about some other cultures that I've personally been exposed to over my tenure in life, you know, some other cultures that I've lived amongst and things like that in different countries. And I started to think, I'm like, if you look at the thing that is the one common denominator, right, in relationships of any kind, business relationships, intimate partner relationships, every type of relationship, right, regardless of what that relationship entails, men are the central position of leadership. Men make the decisions for and about everything. Let me see what you guys got. Um, Kelly Rowland. I don't know. Tanash, what's that? Man, I think chocolate is too much for me. I know Kelly Rowland. She has a beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Old schools, 90s rap, Eminem and Tupac. Damn, I think I changed my mind over Asian women soccer players. What do you mean? But so, you better be careful being on the phone while you're at work. You know, you got to get work done while you're there. But anyway, I was, you know, in my theory, I wanted to share my theory with you guys. When we talk about the main issues when it comes to connecting and investing in one another in these various relationships that people find themselves in modern day society, um, men are the answer because everything starts and ends with a man. Even though this is a society that is very much trying to move towards the matriarchal type of idealistic framework, right? The constructs overall are moving towards honoring the matriarch versus the patriarch. Men, it's kind of like, what did I say? It's a man world, right? It's a man's world. And even though it's a man's world, a man requires the tenderness of a woman to help elevate him and to help balance him in times where he finds himself kind of knocked off of a particular pedestal, because men do need to be pedestalized in order for them to be the best versions of themselves. So that's why I say that the answer to all of the issues that we're going through in society starts and ends with men. Men have to be decisive. Men have to make a decision to position themselves as leaders in society once again, but this time in a different way. So a man can still lead and still give way for a woman to not only take a leadership role in her femininity, but also rest and based, if you will, in her femininity, right? Women don't have to be in competition against a man. Men have to make a decision to say, hey, I'm acknowledging your success. I am acknowledging my success. I'm acknowledging our flaws and our failures all together. But I am also acknowledging the fact that I have a need for you and you have an innate need for me. And that should drive us closer and more invested in one another than we found ourselves in previous conversations as we talk about the men that are part of the MGTOW movement and women that I would say are a part of the WGTOW movement. We call it that. Because women have equally decided to go their own way too. When we think about Kevin Samuels and stuff like that, there were men spewing negative energy and hatred towards women for years. Kevin Samuels is not the first, and he will not be the last. However, there is a balance when we have people like Cynthia G, Tanya TKO, Nyla Speaks, all of these women out here who are speaking out against the men. There is a balance because what we notice is that where there is negative energy, there has to be another type of negative energy to balance out that, because if it's all positive energy over here and these women are just letting you tear them down, whether they are a part of the women that you identify and overgeneralize or not, right? Women are not just going to continue to allow you to tear them down and then not respond whatsoever. If anything, the feminist movement, the first feminist movement that was started by a male, should tell us that women were beaten, seen as property, invalued, devalued, pieces of commodity by men for years. Started noticing that a couple of men were dying off and being poisoned. Aqua Tofana. Look it up if you don't know anything about it. That'll let you know what led to the first feminist movement. When you start seeing that women are silently taking out what they now see as their opponent instead of their protector, you kind of start noticing that maybe, you know what, maybe these women are smarter than what we thought they were. Maybe these women are more resourceful than we thought they were. So I think that's kind of where we are now. History is repeating itself, but in a different way and in a different age. So men have to decide that maybe these women are more valuable than we gave them credit for. Maybe we are operating in spaces that we're not supposed to be operating in as men. Maybe it's time for us to come together and alleviate all of the mass destruction and distress in our communities and subcultures so that there can be value for women abroad, regardless of what culture there are, right? So I think that we should be having conversations that promotes congruence amongst men and women, that promotes equity in the way that we relate to one another amongst men and women, and promotes interdependence. Also, we got to get rid of the negative commenters and the negative content creators like Kevin Samuels and Cynthia Speaks. Now, I'm not going to, Cynthia G, I'm not going to say they're not entertaining because, for funnies, I think they're hella entertaining. But when we're talking about the way that this society is now shaping, molding, and cultivating the minds of young people and how impressionable this generation of people are, I think that we need to be a lot more responsible with the content that we put out here on the internet. And equally, you guys need to be more responsible as to what it is you allow to infiltrate your energy center. So what information that you choose to take in and make your own and create other things from it, right? So, yeah, those are my thoughts. That's my theory. I think that the solution to the discord and all of this divide between men and women, all of this arguing, pointless arguing, It's for men to take a stand, reposition themselves as the leaders of these systems, all the systems, and welcome women in with open arms, acknowledging the highs and the lows that these past decades have taught them and taught us as a culture and subculture of people. And simply give women acknowledgement and appreciation. Only men have an innate need to feel needed and respected in the highest way. Women just need a basic snippet of it by way of your actions. So get out there, do your part, and be a positive impact on the people around you. And please spread love and affect in your system. Don't spread positive energy if you do not have enough positive energy to give out to another person without losing your own center, right? Just be neutral and don't do anything at all, because I would hate for you guys to turn more negative than positive. But do what you can and do your part. Do what you feel compelled to do, because by you being compelled to do it, that means that you got enough to, spread to other people that are connected to you. So if you don't find that you don't have enough, if you find that you don't have enough, should I say, don't go out there creating negative energy and spreading negative energy towards people or in their energy centers. Okay. That's all I got, you guys. Go out there, live free, be blessed, and be authentically you, because there is value in that. And I value you for that, if nobody else does. I absolutely love you guys. Be careful. It's dangerous out there. Take care. Bye.
Who alive can't put me in a box. I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I whip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a Scotch bunny. Don't try it better than me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.